Hello my beautiful darlings, and welcome back to another video by your favorite auntie darling. Today's video is a bit on the touchy side because I just feel like it's a bit close to home with some things. I feel like I'm a big sister today, but I had a request from some of the auntie darlings, the faves. They were like, could you please make a video where you give us advice as a big sister, which was very I was shaking a bit, but I was like, I'm gonna try my level best to just answer the questions as truthful as I can and to not let anybody down by not giving the best advice. I know that every time we have these type of sit downs, we tend to have fun a bit, but today I just wanted to be very truthful and answer from personal experience. But some of the questions, I went through them and I read them, and I think some of the things there, in terms, because when I made the questionnaire, I wanted you guys to ask me about things that pertaining to like losing your virginity, when is the right time, your periods, whatever. Some of the questions were like, my boyfriend is cheating on me, what am I supposed to do, sis? What are you asking me? What are you asking me? So some of the questions were, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be truthful as I always am. Some of the questions were not worth me reading, because it's just common sense. Whereas someone cheats on you, you leave. But each to their own. If you don't want to leave, entirely up to you. If you want to leave, then fine. I'm going to need to stop touching this hair because she's on fire. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to answer to the best of my abilities. And I hope the Lord guides me through answering these questions, because like I said, I just want to give you the best possible advice that I can, So yeah, with that being said, I'm just going to jump straight into them and let's get on with this video. Okay, the first question is, what does normal discharge look like? Normal discharge should be, personally, my normal discharge, I think there's 3 stages of discharges, right? So there's the stage where you're ovulating. Obviously, it's a bit thicker that's why I'm saying I'm going to answer from a personal standpoint. Personally, mine, when I'm ovulating, it's very thick. Like it's thick. It's not even like, when you touch it, it doesn't even do that thing where it's like saliva. It's just thick. It's just there. And when I'm wet, that's not discharge, whatever. It's the watery one, whatever. And then when you are done with your period, it's that other color, the brownish one. So the normal one, I would think, should be the white one. Once it's yellow or it's green, sis, something's not right there. So it definitely should be white, either white or it should be like a milky whatever. I don't know. Everybody gets different discharge. I'd like to think that. But when it's a different color, your browns, that, okay, my period is either coming or my period is gone. Your white ones, you're okay. But once it's green and it's yellow and it's whatever, I'm sorry, something is definitely not right. You need to see your dermatologist ASAP Rocky. Because I remember the last time I had an infection was when I was pregnant, and I had, what was it? I had chlamydia. So I had chlamydia. I don't know how I got it, but I had chlamydia that I've never seen so much discharge in my life. If you want to know about chlamydia, Google chlamydia, but I've never in my life seen so much. Like literally, I was going through 5, if not 10 panty liners every single day. And thank God it didn't smell. Imagine if it was smelling and like I'm walking past people and be like, at some point it did smell. I remember at some point, let me tell you, I was so embarrassed. Thank God I had a friend who, that's why I always want people around me who are going to be honest with me. I think it was my last trimester. I found out on my last trimester, rather. It was so terrible. It was like, oh my God, it was so terrible. I remember our transport driver, I was sitting in front. So I don't know what we went to go buy at the garage. I was at Metropolitan, by the way. So school would knock off at like 9 p.m. because they would do like after classes. So we knocked off at like 9 o'clock. Went to the garage. Oh, everybody in our transport, let me not say everybody, because it was 4 of us. So they knew that I was pregnant. Like they were there for me. You know, whatever I wanted, they'd be like there for me. So every single night after night class or whatever, after class or whatever, would go to the garage. I'd buy whatever I want to buy. They'd buy me snacks. They'd buy me... Guys, when I was pregnant, I lived off Doritos. Like the blue Doritos pack were my... You would never tell me nothing about the blue Doritos pack. My mom even went and bought like the 12 pack. So I went to go buy Doritos because I remember it was finished at home. And my mom couldn't go because she had work. So I went to go buy the Doritos. And then I went out the car. When I came back... You know when you sit, obviously there's like air that goes out. It's going to be like, because you're sitting down like, bah. When I sit, I smelled this fish stench. It was so strong. I saw our taxi driver turn and look at me straight in my face. He even asked me, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Why?" I don't know why. Like with me, I can't hide anything. Especially, I don't know. Like I'm a very truthful person. So I was like, I don't know, man. I feel like I smell like a fish. And you know, I think he wanted to say it, but he was like, "Yo, I'm not going to say anything." His name was Pila. I remember very well. I'm like, "Pila, I feel like I smell like a fish. I think I'm sick." He's like, "Yo, maybe go to the doctor tomorrow, my chom, because I also smelled it a bit." Like it was that type of relationship where he was my nigga, you know? So he was like, "I smelled it too, but also I think maybe the baby's not sitting properly." He was trying to hide it, you know? It's like, maybe the baby's not sitting properly. I'm like, nigga, if my baby's not sitting properly, I definitely know that something's not right with the baby, but something's not right with me. So I went to the doctor. I had chlamydia and it was an STI. I don't know how I got it because I've never had it in my life, but I got treated for it and everything was fine. Guys, I was drinking this huge ass pill. I'll never forget that pills in my life. This pill was so big, I was so annoyed. But you know, look, the story's dragging. But I know you like story times. I know you like story times. Don't act like you don't like my story. You know you like story times. So yeah, that was how I knew my discharge, there was a problem. So if there's a problem with your discharge, mama, you definitely, if it's a different color, you definitely need to go see the doctor. But white and brown, you know that your period is coming and whatever. So yeah. Would you stay with a man who wants you to get an abortion? Listen, I'm not judging him for wanting you to get one. I'm not judging you for wanting to keep the baby, but that's the conversation that needs to be had. If I got pregnant now and I say I want to keep the baby, and the person that I had the sexual encounter with, and he says no, he doesn't want to keep the baby, I will definitely respect him, because at the end of the day, I had all the necessities or all the necessary things to prevent this pregnancy. I would have gotten a plan B the next morning. We would have used the condom. So I don't blame anybody but myself or but the both of us, because he had sex with me without the condom. Obviously, I let it happen. Nobody raped the other. Nobody forced the other. So if he doesn't want the baby, perfectly fine. I'm not going to force him. Maybe that's because who I am. I don't have time. It's the same as now my baby dad. I don't have time to be running after you to be paying for this. Nah, nigga, I make my own money and my son is tight. Yeah, he alright. He alright. Trust and believe my son will be alright. So I don't have time to be running after you. People are like, yeah, why aren't you taking him to court? Honey, I must rock up to court with my 28 inches, with my heels, to ask a nigga to give me 1,000 rand a month? Honey, never. Do you see this face? This face, never. I will not walk into court for a nigga to give me 1,000 rand a month, because I make whatever and I give to my baby. He's good. He's alright. He goes to the best school. We're gonna be alright, yeah. So never. I personally, like I said, if I have to fall pregnant now, and I say to the gent, listen, I'm pregnant, and he says I don't want it, sharp. If I don't want it as well, we'll do whatever we have to do. But if I want the baby, I'm definitely keeping the baby. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying that now because I'm not in that predicament, but I would never ever want to put myself in that position. Hence, I'm using contraceptives. I'm using plan B. I'm doing whatever I have to do for me not to fall pregnant. But man, just to be on the safe side, just use a condom, yeah? Or don't have sex at all, rather. Don't have sex at all, my baby. Don't. I'm telling you. How does it feel to have sex for the first time? Is it as painful as it has been made out to be? Let me tell you, my first time, do I even remember? It was painful. It was, I don't think it was pain. It was uncomfortable, rather. Let me say that. It was really uncomfortable because you feel like a needle is like piercing through you, but like you take it because obviously there's a second person there trying to make you okay. So my first time was, it wasn't that painful, but it was very uncomfortable. Plus that nigga was big. I'm not gonna mention names, but that homie was huge, yeah? So, no, it wasn't painful, it was uncomfortable. But please, I'm pretty sure you're asking me this question because you're a virgin. I'd honestly like for you to keep it that way. Keep it that way until, I don't know, I'll never say until you're ready, because you might tell yourself you're ready now, and then 3 months down the line, you break up with that gent, and then now you're like, fuck, why did I give it up? I should have held on a little longer. I should have done this. I should have done that. So I don't know, when it's gonna feel right. Trust me, it's gonna feel right. With me at that present moment, it felt right because he was my first love. I absolutely love that gent. He met my mom and whatever. But after it happened, and 2 months down the line, I found out he's having a baby. I was just like, I wish I would have kept it. I wish I would have kept my virginity. But also the gents that I've been with also, and I'm just like, dog, I should have just stayed a virgin all my life. Like, I should have just, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna feel somewhat, it's gonna feel, personally, let me not lie to you, you never know when you're ready. But if when you get to that position and you feel like, okay, it feels right, I don't know, do it. But I just think hold on to it a little longer until you feel right about it. I hope I'm making perfect sense, but yeah, I hope so. The next question is, any advice for a 23-year-old virgin looking for love because of the fam? I won't be losing it anytime soon. Excuse me. Yo, I drank too much sparkling water. I'm gonna advise you based on me advising my 23-year-old self. Like, I think this is the same question as the previous one. Hold it out, man. Chill for a bit. Sex is great and all, but like, chill for a bit. Like, until for you to be asking me this type of question, that definitely means you're not ready. So just hold on for just a few until it feels right. Like I said, like, this is the same question as the previous one. Hold it out until it feels right to you, until you're like, okay, this is it. So that when it's gone, you don't feel like shit. Like I felt like shit because I was lied to. He had a baby mama. He didn't tell me all of that shenanigans. So when it was gone, I was just like, fuck, I could have gave it to somebody else. So just hold out until you feel like you're ready. And that person, you love that person at that present moment. So if it goes, and you're just like, you know what? It's okay. It went, but it's okay. I'ma be alright. It's okay. Rather than you feeling sorry for yourself to be like, he lived with my virgin child. Because when that thing leaves, it leaves. So no. Be ready so that when it's gone, you don't feel bad. We move. We definitely move. How do you get over a motherfucker you truly love, but he can be treating you like crap, but you're still trying to be with him? Ma'am, just move. It's you putting motherfucker, truly love, and crap in the same sentence. This is toxic. Just leave him alone. Wow, I think there's a lot of virgins here, and I love that for y'all. Does being ready to have sex have to do with age? I keep getting told I'm too old to be a virgin. I'm 21. Slap that. Can you slap that person saying you're old? Please slap that person. Don't even listen to them. Previous question, previous answer, hold on to it. Don't even listen. This is why are they making you want to be involved in peer pressure? I don't like I don't. Auntie Dali, please, I beg. What birth control do you use, if any? Thank you for asking. I use Yes, but mostly for me, trust and believe it's for my skin. In 2016, I had the most horrible, when I say horrible, I mean horrible breakout of my entire life. Puberty, early 20s, I've never had skin problems, but when I clocked 23, no, early 20s is 23, yeah, whatever. When I clocked 23, And I was in a 2-year relationship before that. So when we broke up, stress ate me. Stress was feasting with me, fork and knife. Stress was chopping me left, right, and center. And I had the biggest breakout, sorry. And I went to go see a dermatologist. Like, ma'am, your testosterone is like, like, it's, as much as this is gonna sound crazy, personally, sex contributed to my skin looking beautiful. So when you stop the whole thing, you're not doing nothing, you don't have nothing's going in, but things are going out. Everything was just like, man, we're going down from here. We taking it downhill from here. So my skin just deteriorated. Everything was a mess. I had hormonal acne. So hormonal acne is the one that comes like directly on your cheeks, your chin, and whatever. Nothing was up here. Everything was down there and on my chest and on my back. It was horrible. And then my dermatologist put me on Yaz. I've been on Yaz for the past 23, 24, 25, 26, 6 years. I first started Yaz when Busani, I got pregnant with after my birth with Busani. But I was like, why am I on these things? Because I'm not having sex, you know? After my son, I didn't have sex for a long time. So I was like, I'm not going to be in the... Because my mom was like, no, it's for prevention, for you not to have sex again. Not for you to not have... For you not to have kids again. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. So I drank them for a month. I left them alone. And then when I started dating my boyfriend, I went on them again. But I left him alone again. And then that's when we broke up. And then my skin was like... So I went to the dermatologist and he gave me a prescription, which was Yaz. I've been on Yaz ever since. I absolutely love... I can't speak. My English bundles are just... I absolutely love Yaz. Thank you. I love Yaz so much. And I haven't had a breakout since. I haven't had breakout nothing. My skin has been flawless. It's just obviously the pigmentation that is left, but everything has been great. So Yaz has been amazing. But I've also seen people go for, what's her name, Umi Dreams. I watched Umi Dreams. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, I'm very sorry. But Umi Dreams she has a video on how she did the whole a needle or whatever that is. Yeah. So if you watch Umi Dreams, I feel like if it's especially someone that you relate to, like a South African YouTuber, you're gonna be watching her and her telling you how her experience was rather than like an overseas YouTuber, something like that. So please do watch Umi Dreams and then you'll see her personal experience with the thing and the I don't know what they call it, but yeah. How old were you when you lost your virginity and when you changed that? You know, I'm at the point where I'm just like, it's meh. It's meh. Because all of the men that I've dated, I wouldn't even care if they're my first or not. So I don't care. It's just something. It's just whatever, dog. Because it's like a prick. When you prick it, it's done. So it's like a sweet. You open the sweet, you eat it, it's done. I don't take it as something serious. But to me, it was just meh. I just moved past it. So yeah, I wouldn't change it. Because like I said, with all the people that I've dated, it's the same thing. Even if I give it to them, I'd be like, meh, because get fine, so yeah. How do you prepare for your first time? Man, there's no preparation. Don't do that. Don't prepare. Don't do nothing. Don't. I'm so scared of contraceptives because of the side effects I've heard from people. Please send help. Everybody's very different, each to their own. Some people say, especially I've heard about, is it Marina? Something about 35. What is it? Something that Diane 35. All of the people that have been on Diane, I can't fucking speak today. Jesus. All the people that have been on Diane 35 have complained about it. My friend was like, her period is heavier. My other friend was like, she eats too much. She's gained weight. So I'm not sure about Diane 35, but I think you just need to try them out to just know which one is going to suit you. Thank God with me, the first try, that was the last try. I didn't have to go over 50,000 contraceptives for me to find the one. My doctor just put me straight to Yaz and that was it. I think that's why you need to go see your doctor, because your dermatologist kind of sort of knows, because I don't know, but he'll ask you questions that will lead him to him knowing exactly what you're going to need. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, is it a dermatologist or gynecologist for contraceptives? I went to my dermatologist because of my skin, and then he prescribed. Yeah, so go see a GP, normal doctor, or a dermatologist for if you want to use it for skin, or a gynecologist if you want to use it for prevention purposes. So that's what I would advise. How did birth control change your life? Nothing. It just stopped my acne, balanced out my hormones, and everything was fine. I didn't have any side effects. Well, the first 2 months, I am Maza, you will shock, yeah? You will shock. I was eating like a crazy person. My emotions were a mess. The pimples came out even more. I think it was the contraceptive cleaning out everything from the inside. The pimples were worse. I was like, what the hell is up? I remember I called my doctor, like, ma'am, the pimples are here even worse. She's like, no, it's supposed to happen like that. Before they actually calm down, they have to come out. It's almost like the contraceptives are cleaning you and balancing everything out. I think that's why also when I left them, because there was a time period last year, I had a video. I'm just not sure about the dates. I'll just link the video on below in the description box. There was a time last year when I stopped taking contraceptives, like period. I think I wasn't tired, I was lazy because I was very, I don't know what happened. I kind of know what happened, but I don't want to say it. But yeah, I just stopped taking them for some reason. And ma'am, I was shocking for 3 months. I was on my period for 3 months. My discharge was a mess. Sometimes my discharge would smell like a fish. I was just in hell. So I had to go back to them to help everything go back to normal, which is kind of shit because I just feel like now I'm going to rely on them for life. I don't know what's going to happen if I had to have another baby, because what if I leave them and now everything just comes back? I get the pimples back. I get the smelling fish cake back. I'm going to pass away. So I just hope none of that happens because I can't afford. I can't afford it. I can't. Would you rather go for Plan B pills always or go for contraceptives? Plan B made me really sick. Like they just damaged the whole thing. I remember in December, with my ex, I was on contraceptives, yeah, and then whatever happened. And then I took plan B because I was just like, I'm not about to, I don't trust this. I don't trust them. So I took plan B just in case. And ma'am, I was shocking. That month, I shocked. My period was late. It was heavy. It was light. It was for 2 weeks. It was just a mess. So always contraceptives, never plan B. Would you take breaks from consuming the pill, or you take it 365 24/7? You don't take breaks. How do you deal with parent divorce? I honestly don't know what to do. I currently stay with my mom and I sometimes feel bad for my dad. I've never been in such a situation, unfortunately. I don't know how to, because my mom has been my mom since she's been a single mom since, so I don't know the type of situations. But if, like you said, your dad is trying to build a relationship with you but it's not working because you're in high school, if your dad is trying to build a relationship with you, please don't push him away. Don't push him away, but also let your mom know that as much as they divorced, you are part and parcel of the whole thing. You are in the middle. So even if it means one weekend you with your dad, but the whole week you're at your mom's, try that, because lucky for you, you have both parents, and lucky for you, your father's even trying to be keeping in contact with you. So that's a good thing. And I just think your mom should just take a step back and be like, okay, as much as me and him didn't work out, but he still wants to, be in his children's lives, mend whatever needs to be mended. So your mom just needs to look into her giving your father a chance of him being in your life. That's all I'm gonna say about the whole thing. Sorry. Is it normal to have a smelly discharge every day? If not, how can you get rid of it? You definitely need to go see a gynecologist, because something is definitely not right there, mama. It's not. Do you think abortion is a bad thing? I am not judging anybody, and I'm gonna say this in the most respectful way. I'm not judging anybody who decides to have an abortion if it so means that they were pregnant. But I also would have loved if you used contraceptives because you know you don't want to have a baby. Now you must be in a predicament of having an abortion, whereas you could have prevented it. You know what I'm saying? Prevented by being on contraceptives. They do these things. I can't believe how I forget what this thing is called. There's what is this thing that they put? Yeah, I can't believe I forgot all of it. That's because I don't use them. There's different methods, different types of methods to help you curb, if it could happen, pregnancy. So I don't get how people allow it to get there, and then personally, abortion to me is wrong, but I'm not going to judge anybody who does it. That's none of my business. That's your body. But you could have taken measures to not even get to an extent where you have to have one. Because why? You can be on contraceptives. There's plan B. There's all of these measures for you not to get pregnant. So when you actually do get pregnant, then you're just like, oh, I'm pregnant. How is this a surprise? Because you knew when you have sexual intercourse, you're going to get pregnant. How? How is it? How are you surprised that, oh, I'm pregnant when you knew that, Because it's the same thing with me. I was shook that I'm pregnant. I think the thing that shook me the most was I was on contraceptives. So how the fuck am I pregnant? But also I wasn't consistent with the contraceptives. I'll take one at 3, the next day I'll take one at 7, the next day I'll take one at 10, and then my uterus was like, okay, it's fine. We'll show you. And action. That was my uterus. My uterus said, I'd bet it's on site. So had I done better, because I thought I was preventing, obviously, but had I done better by drinking my pills on time, I wouldn't be where I am, where I was, which was me falling pregnant at a very young age. So by any means necessary, prevent whichever way you can. Even if it so means you don't have to have sex, fine, rather, because we don't want you to be, because guys, abortion is very, 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 it's a mental thing. Like you go through it's crazy. And with me, it's not abortion, it was my miscarriage. So it kind of sort of, so I had to go through therapy, and I was like, this thing is a mess. So imagine if a miscarriage is equivalent to that, and now you have to get therapy because with you it was intentional. You went there to wherever to get it done. So I just think, just take measures to just not get pregnant, period. And that's on per, and I'm serious. So yeah, sorry. What feminine products would you recommend to use down there? I feel like whatever I'm using is not working. That's because you want to put stuff in your vagina, mama. These gynecologist, these mangs and what's and douching and this and that. The vagina cleans it damn self. Why? Why do you want to put stuff down there when the vagina cleans itself? The vagina cleans itself. It's scientifically proven. You can, but one thing that works for certain, for me, I don't know how is this even possible. Whenever I eat yogurt and pineapples and drink cranberry juice and eat all of these cranberries, whatever, it gets very sweet. I've been told that if you taste them, you taste like strawberries and cream, and I was like, so I don't know how they thought about that, but it definitely works when you eat those things. But in terms of how do you keep it clean, ma'am? Cold water. My midwife told me cold water helps when you wash your vagina. Don't wash your vagina with hot water, but that is entirely up to you. Each to their own. I will not tell you what to do with your nanny, but that is definitely how I would, I would what? That's how I clean mine. So yeah. How old were you when you had your first visit to a gynae? Let me tell you the story. I actually had surgery, yeah? So I had a burst. Was it a burst? I don't remember, but I'll try be as accurate as I possibly can be. I had a burst pipe, a burst urinary pipe, yeah? So every time I peed, there was like, say this is the pipe, okay? And then, yeah, this is a perfect example. This is the pipe, and this is a hole where every time I pee, I get my pee comes like that, and that's the whatever pee hole. There was pee coming out here, small, 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 until it formed a little ball out of my vagina. So I think this ball was gradually growing. So now when you're growing, me, I didn't know. I just thought it was a set, yeah. I thought it was just a 5-piece set that is supposed to be there. I don't have to worry. I was like, okay, everybody's vagina is like this. Until one day, let me tell. Imagine if I didn't find this. Until one day, me and my mom used to bud together. My mom used to bud together. We did everything together. We showered together. We bud together. So this one day, I don't know what I was doing, and then what was I doing? Oh yes, I was wiping myself and stuff. So I take my leg and I put it on top of what my mom's bathtub has like 3 steps because it was very high and she was short. So they were like, okay, we'll just build 3 steps. So her bathtub had like 3 steps. So I put my leg on my second step as if I was putting on a tampon. Danny, I was just wiping. I don't know, I was just wiping myself. And then my mom was like, what is that? I'm like, what do you mean, what is that? She's like, what is that ball hanging out of your vagina? I'm like, I don't know. And then she was like, come. She laid me on the bed, spread my legs. She's like, what is this? I'm like, ma'am, I don't know. And then she's like, did you sleep with someone? I was like, one thing about me, I'm a virgin. I remember I was in grade 10, so I was very young. I was like, hey, I'm a virgin. Because I lost it when I was in matric. I was like, ma'am, I'm a virgin. She was like, nope, something's not right. Let's go to the gynecologist. I remember him. He was at Nelspruit Mediclinic. His name was Dr. Packendorf. I remember this man so well. He was such a sweetheart. He was beautiful. He was gorgeous. I don't even know. I think he was Italian. He wasn't Italian, but he looked Italian because he had long, thick black hair. Ooh, I can go. I think I need to go check up. I need to check up from that king. But anyway, I'm joking. So I went to Dr. Packendorf. Dr. Packendorf was like, ma'am, we have a situation here. You have to go in for surgery. I was like, surgery? I thought this is a 2-piece. I am chapping down there. My vagina. Yay. You go in for surgery. I was like, what? My mom started panicking. That was the first time I was in a hospital bed ever. Okay. Booked for my surgery. I went for surgery. They took everything out. I couldn't pee for like 2 weeks. I had that pipe hanging on my thigh, whatever. I couldn't walk. I was just bedridden for like 2 weeks. And then the only thing I liked about that was that I'm not going to school. I didn't go to school. I was so happy I didn't go to school. You know how happy you were when you didn't go to school, but it was kind of getting like lonely back at home because I'd always be alone. Nobody there. I think my mom took like she took leave from school because I couldn't walk. I couldn't do things on my own, and it was so painful when I had to go to the bathroom in the sense of I had to do number 2 because there's a tube there, and whenever you like push, it feels like the tube wants to go out, and that time it's stuck with stitches up there. So even if I pulled, nothing would not like. I tried one day. I tried pulling down the pipe, nothing because it was stitched and whatever. Okay. 2 weeks down the line, I was okay. I went back to the doctor. He took it out. And he was like, okay, now you're fine. And then, yeah, everything was back to normal. That was my first ever gynae, gynae appointment. Until Bustani decided to rock. And then my doctor was Dr. Welile. I don't know if you're from Nelspruit, Dr. Welile. He's an amazing man. He gave birth. Aha! He's the one that was there when I was giving birth to my young king. So yeah, I've seen 2 gynecologists in my life. I nearly went to go see the 3rd one when I was having that maza last year with my period, when it was just doing a mess. But yeah, I'm not gonna answer all of the questions because I want us to have different opinions on them. I want Maz's opinion and I want my friend Gamo's opinion because there was a lot of questions here. So I want it to be like a 3-part where you guys would hear from different people who have also went through, you know, people that you look up to who have went through puberty, all of this mess. So I'm not gonna make this video long. I just wanted to touch on the questions that I think I related to, but I just want to touch base again with the whole thing of virginity, whatever. Like, just wait. If you can hold it out, I promise you, you're not missing anything by not having sex. Peer pressure is so crazy. I remember when I had sex for the first time, I went to go tell my friends. They came back the next week, lost their virginity. That's like, when I look back at it now, and I'm just like, I kind of sort of pressured them into having sex because I would rave about how amazing it was. Mind you, in high school. So, but yeah, that was my first boyfriend also. So if you can, just hold it out. Just hold it out until you're ready, to an extent where even if you lose it, you're not going to feel like shit. You're going to be like, you know what? It happened. It's so good. We move. We move. Siyakhala siyaphambili njenga ambulance. You know what I'm saying? We, but we move. We, but we move. So hold it out as long as you possibly can. Gift it to somebody who you think is worthy of it, you know, because like I said, once you do it, it's gone. It's never coming back. And enjoy. If anything, I'm kind of sort of giving advice to my younger self. Enjoy your 20s. Like, don't put everything solely on sexuality, intimacy, whatever. If you can, just chop your damn life. If you can, focus on school. If you can, just do you. Don't be caring about how, when am I going to lose my virginity. Just be doing you until you feel like everything is okay, everything is right. I'm ready. I'm going to do this. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then okay, sharp, fine. It's fine. I'm sure, guys. So just enjoy your 20s. 20-year-old EXO, I would say enjoy your 20s. Don't, if there's one thing that you should never do, I urge you, is think that you meet someone at the age of 20. Well, we may be different, but you meet someone at the age of 20 and they treat you like shit and you're like, this is the love of my life. Don't ever. And let me tell you, don't date older men when you are like 19, 20. Don't go for these 35-year-olds because they will manipulate you. Older men manipulate younger women into molding them into the puppet that they want to be. Please don't be that hun. Don't be that hun. Don't ever think that when you're in a relationship in your 20s, that's the end of the world. You should never ever keep your options open. Keep your option open. Don't ever settle for no nigga that's gonna treat you like shit. Okay? Because you are a dime. I will preach this until the day I die. Don't ever settle, especially where you feel like every day, every day, you know, you must be talking about different things. You did this, you did that, and you feel like there's nothing for you. There is definitely everything for you. You're still young, you're in your 20s. You can live your best life and just chop. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope and pray that you get something out of this video from me, your big sister. Inverted commas. I don't want you to be like, yeah, she called herself our big sister. No, it's inverted commas. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching my content. I truly appreciate it. We're sitting on 51,200 and something subscribers. I am trying to push as much content as I possibly can for you guys on every single basis or whatever that I possibly can, because I just love it when you give me the amazing feedback that you do. And also these talk sit downs. Ooh, talk down. Ciao. These sit downs mean a lot to me because I feel like I'm interacting with you guys on a personal level and you're right here in front of me. I can't wait for the lunch so we can have a one-on-one and talk and be together. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. There's going to be a second and third installment of all of these questions, obviously all the different ones, because I answered a few And Gamo Modisakeng, a very good friend of mine, which you guys know and love, is going to be on one of my videos. And also Maz Ambrosio, your fave auntie, is going to be back again. So with that being said, thank you so much, my loves, for watching. I will see you on my next video. I love you. Bye.